Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Raw. We are live here in Portland, Oregon, with the Raw after pay-per-view, and we are officially on the road to Halloween Havoc, but we do have to address the situation that ended last night's pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. At Backlash, we saw Roman Reigns defeat Solo Sikoa, and after that, we would see Roman Reigns would be cutting a promo at the end of that matchup. Then eventually, basically in his promo, he would essentially say that he was going to announce to the world the Usos, when they were going to have their championship opportunity. But since they lost to the Brothers of Destruction at Backlash, Roman Reigns didn't feel like it was their opportunity. They felt like the Usos let down the family. And the Usos came down saying, hey, you know what? Just because we lost, we didn't just let down the family. And Roman Reigns, or I should say the Usos brought up, hey, Roman, when you lost the World Heavyweight Championship, how do you think the family felt? When you lost your championships, how do you think the family felt? And Roman Reigns didn't take too kindly to that. He told Jey Uso to stand down. He even had Jimmy try to kind of help out Jey and say, hey, stand down. But Jimmy didn't stand down either. And, The Rock came out, took down Jimmy Uso from behind with a rock bottom, and then we saw Jey Uso got taken out as well. Portland, Oregon, acknowledge me. Now, what happened last night at Backlash was very unfortunate to Jimmy and Jey, and it was very preventable. All Jey had to do was stand down, but Jey kept running his mouth, and Jimmy wasn't cooperating either. I have a lot on my plate as the tribal chief, and being the top guy here on Monday Night Raw, so there's plenty of other stuff I gotta be dealing with, and dealing with family issues is sure as hell not gonna be one of mine. The Usos had to be dealt with, and if not, everyone would have thought they could have walked over this family. The Usos are no longer a part of this family, this bloodline. They are terminated from this family. Now that that's over with, we can now finally turn my attention to Gunther, the man that beat Seth Rollins last night. And now, when we bring up Gunther, he's one heck of an athlete, and what he does in this ring is very, very tough, very physical, but it's nothing that I've never, ever had to deal with, and it's going to be my toughest test as world champion here. But guess what, Gunther? You don't have the experience of being at the top of the mountain as a world champion. Yes, you've been champion in NXT and champion here on Monday Night Raw as your United States champion and even $1 million champion. But this is a whole different ballgame at being the top of a big-time organization, a big-time brand here on Monday Night Raw. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, here he comes. The man that Gunther, or the man that Roman Reigns will be facing in a World Heavyweight Championship matchup coming up at Halloween Havoc. Gunther versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther is here, and it looks like he is not backing down from Roman Reigns or The Rock. This will literally be the biggest match in Gunther's whole career, and he's won multiple championships in his young career so far, but this is bound to be the biggest matchup, certainly, of all time for Gunther here. And like I mentioned, not backing down, doesn't even have his other Imperium members out here. Let's go ahead and see what the Ring General has in store for us here with Roman Reigns and The Rock. This could get very, very physical, very, very fast, depending on what goes down here. Depending on what's on the mind of all three men. From beating one former Shield member at Backlash to beating another one at Halloween Havoc, I look forward to decimating you in the middle of this sacred ring. And you know what, Roman? I may not have the World Championship experience like you, Roman, but there comes a time in a man's life where things start to fall apart, and it looks like it just started at Backlash. And it will continue at Halloween Havoc when I take that prestigious championship away from you. Don't say I didn't warn you, Roman. I was told that you set up a match between myself and your enforcer of your bloodline, Solo Sikoa, for later on tonight, and am I supposed to be scared? Hell no. If I have to decimate your enforcer just to send a damn message to you in my sacred ring, I will definitely do that. And you know what, Roman? Good luck with your match tonight with CM Punk. I'm going to keep my eyes very, very close to that match. Well, certainly we are going to have ourselves a big night, and it's only going to get better as we got the DIY Wave making their way down to the ring. So you got Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. We're in tag team action last week with Seth Rollins and Wade Barrett. They took on Imperium and CM Punk in a big-time 8-man tag team match last week. And from what we understand, Imperium didn't take that too kindly, that DIY sticking their nose in business that didn't belong to them. Well, certainly we got ourselves a tag team matchup. They can settle whatever may be brewing between both of these teams tonight, live here on Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's going to be a big night tonight in professional action tonight, with professional wrestling in the middle of this ring, especially with a big-time main event, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk in a non-title matchup, as well as Gunther takes on Solo Sikoa in a massive double main event tonight, including a bunch of other big-time matches, including a United States Championship rematch here live on Raw. We have Ilja Dragunov, the new United States Champion, taking on Austin Theory. And big news coming out of Backlash is Bronson Reed. He went to Shawn Michaels and saying, hey, you know what? I want to unify the United States Championship and the United Kingdom Championship. And from what it sounds like, this wouldn't be happening if Austin Theory wouldn't have lost. So it sounds like Bronson Reed wants to make sure all the championships will be staying in the favor of Bronson Reed and, obviously Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. But obviously this is just a business partnership. This is not like a full-on group together. We'll see how that's going to favor Ilja Dragunov and Austin Theory later on tonight. That will be the matchup right after this one. But this next matchup, this is going to be hard-hitting, and if you want top tag teams here going at it, you are certainly going to get it with Imperium and DIY. They're talking a lot of big words there to Roman Reigns, and even Roman saying, hey, you know what, you're not ready for that world championship type of matchup. Yes, you've won championships before, but this is a whole different ball game. And at the next pay-per-view known as Halloween Havoc for Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, that will be your main event, Gunther versus Roman Reigns. So a lot of big things already going down, and we're barely into this episode of Raw. Go referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Johnny Gargano and Ludwig Kaiser starting us off here. Oh, eating that big knee. That is certainly not going to be feeling too good there. And look at just how tall Ludwig Kaiser is, just standing over Johnny Gargano. I mean, you see that quite a bit, I guess, with a lot of superstars, but you don't really just notice how tall some of these superstars are until they really go up against smaller talent. As a pinfall opportunity early in this matchup. Could this be enough? No, 2.5. But like we mentioned, we have a stacked night for you. We also have Goldberg. He'll be here tonight. We have rumors swirling that he is wanting a matchup at Halloween Havoc. If you ever watched WCW back in the day, certainly Goldberg has that matchup experience at that big-time pay-per-view known as Halloween Havoc. So we'll see if that is actually true or if it was just a rumor, and see what's really going through the head of Goldberg. Is this going to be a one-off thing? Will we be seeing more of Goldberg here on Monday Night Raw? Time's going to tell. I cannot wait to really see how that's going to digest here on the main roster. Is Gargano thrown up right against that barricade? Giovanni Vinci's just going to start working on that, maybe that middle of the back there. Going to start breaking him down here at ringside as he tosses him back in. Definitely wants to avoid a count-out victory. A victory is a victory at this point as Giovanni Vinci takes down Tommaso Ciampa, former Intercontinental Champion, former NXT Champion. Ciampa has done a lot of big things here in the series, especially one of the big things, unfortunately, was what he did to Johnny Gargano in the early stages of NXT, turning his back on him. We know the whole story there in NXT, but have recently come back together these last couple months and have been very unstoppable as a tag team so far. So we'll kind of see if that's going to continue to build up, if they can beat these bigger tag teams here on Monday Night Raw, and see when they'll be able to get an opportunity, a tag team title shot opportunity against who Alpha Academy is the Raw Tag Team Champions. So whoever is the tag team champions at the time, will DIY be able to get that opportunity? As matchup is breaking down here, ladies and gentlemen. As down goes Gargano. Imperium dominating at this exact moment. Can DIY get back into this matchup? Seems like Imperium just been one step ahead of Gargano and Ciampa. And yes, Gargano and Ciampa haven't always been obviously together, but obviously Gargano, a former WWE champion, winning at last year's Elimination Chamber, and would go on to WrestleMania with that WWE Championship and ultimately lose it to the Royal Rumble winner Adam Cole. But it's not something that you can look past with just how damn good Gargano is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at this, the Gargano escape here, or Gargano lock, I should say. Will he make Ludwig Kaiser tap out right in front of Giovanni Vinci? But Kaiser, big knee to the back of the skull. That is definitely going to loosen some cobwebs in the skull there of Gargano. Oh my goodness! What a maneuver there from Ludwig Kaiser. Trying to take it to Johnny Gargano. Look at that! Beauty of a maneuver there from Ludwig Kaiser. Pinfall opportunity. Is that enough? Down goes Kaiser. Or I guess the count being broken up. Referee's down and out. And that certainly won't save anybody here tonight. But also with the with the news of Goldberg coming tonight, we also have two new signings to the Monday Night Raw roster, part of the women's division. We'd like to welcome back Nia Jax and Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane and Nia Jax would be a part of an 8-woman battle royal to determine who is next in line for Bayley's World Championship and who will be challenging Bayley for that World Championship live there at Halloween Havoc. So the other women that are a part of that matchup besides Nia Jax and Kairi Sane are Natalya, Candice LeRae, Zelina Vega, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte. So definitely a little bit of a variety in that. We'll see how Kairi Sane and Nia Jax will do since returning back here to Monday Night Raw. And we're still waiting to see, ladies and gentlemen, what is the status of Jade Cargill? What roster is she going to go to? Raw, NXT, SmackDown? Imagine if she comes here to Monday Night Raw. How stacked that would be for this Raw roster. You already got, it's starting to fill out for sure. You got, 13, 14 plus women on this roster. Imagine how that would fare if you added Jade Cargill to this roster. It'd be even more stacked. So certainly NXT and SmackDown are certainly probably trying to look their chops. Everyone's really, it's just a bidding war at this opportunity. Wait a minute. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Beautiful maneuver there from Giovanni Vinci. Is that enough? And of course not. Ciampa going to be right there to save the day. And now, Giovanni Vinci looking to touch up this matchup. That spinning power slam. Absolutely brutal power slam, or I should say power bomb there. But again, Ciampa saving the day for Gargano. And also a big-time one-on-one encounter. We're going to see Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles. And talking about both those men real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we saw AJ Styles defeat Kurt Angle in a hell of a back-and-forth matchup. Styles hitting multiple phenomenal forearms to put down Kurt Angle, leaving him in a bloody heap of himself. And then also we saw the matchup between Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler defeated Drew McIntyre. So we'll see how everything's going to be faring between AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre tonight. Obviously, Drew wants to stop this little, losing streak that he has. And certainly as well, AJ Styles wants to continue to build off these last couple months, defeating Kurt Angle a couple times and even going back and forth with Alpha Academy a little bit. So certainly we'll see what's next for AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre as we are officially on the road to Halloween Havoc. Oh, big elbow there from Gargano, and then Ludwig Kaiser saving the day for Giovanni Vinci. And now Vinci, does he think it's sitting out? Powerbomb. Yes, he does. Beautiful maneuver. Imperium working to the best of their abilities right now, and it's been a lot better than DIY so far. Pinfall, middle of that ring. Can Ciampa save the day again? Yes, he can. And Giovanni Vinci, you can sense the frustration right there. And everyone here in Portland's booing him. You can barely hear what's going on in this arena right now. Is Gargano coming right after Giovanni Vinci. Oh my goodness. Turning him inside out on that barricade. Johnny Gargano trying to get some offense mounted at this exact moment. And that certainly will help out. Almost like a Michinoku type of driver there from Gargano on the outside. This is where Gargano maybe, we've seen the Gargano lock, but, can he set up something else? Insiguri missing Gargano now. Roll through, kick to the head, a little bit of a karate kick to the side of the skull. It's where Gargano and company need to spice up this matchup right here. Little by little. Trying to put Imperium in their place. Ciampa. Oh my goodness, what a swinging neck breaker. A sneaky swinging neck breaker there. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa picking up a massive win to open Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Big time win. It's only going to continue to get better as we'll see what's in store next for DIY after a massive win over the former Raw Tag Team Champions.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
You heard it correctly, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for your United States Championship to be on the line, and Austin Theory shaving off most of his beard tonight to see if maybe that will help out losing his championship last night, and even got the United Kingdom champion Bronson Reed at ringside as well. And my question is, if Austin Theory wins tonight, does Bronson Reed go back on having that unification matchup? Because I would think that if Theory were to lose this matchup, certainly the unification match is going to stay. Bronson Reed's still going to want to have it. But if Austin Theory wins, certainly you got to believe that it's going to be taken off the table. A lot of uncertainty, certainly, with that. But Bronson Reed certainly has been unstoppable ever since becoming that United Kingdom champion. Obviously, we know he won the $1 Million championship, but it got turned into the United Kingdom championship here on Monday Night Raw. But we will see how it's going to fare here on Monday Night Raw for Austin Theory, trying to live up to his part in this partnership here. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, your new United States champion. Certainly Ilja Dragunov doesn't want to have a one-and-done championship reign here. It was a hard-hitting matchup there last night. Ilja Dragunov with that flying headbutt. And it busted him open once, but the second time was just putting the cherry on top of the sundae, and Ilja Dragunov walks out victorious. A lot of people say that they're surprised with that outcome. But I think Ilja Dragunov, certainly we saw a little bit of what he was potential-wise in NXT, but certainly, you know, he has so much untapped potential, and I think we're going to see that more and more here on Monday Night Raw. We'll see how he fares tonight in this championship defense. Hopefully for Ilja Dragunov's sake, we'll have a longer championship reign than just one day, but with Bronson Reed being here at ringside, certainly this is going to be very, very serious, and Bronson Reed's going to make sure everything is set up for Austin Theory to walk out the new United States champion. Austin Theory held that United States championship for a couple months before losing it last night at the pay-per-view, so, you know, this is a big-time matchup between these two young studs here on Raw. It's put up or shut up time for both men. Who is the better superstar? And who's going to be going to Halloween Havoc and a unification matchup, if that is still to be on the table? All for that prestigious United States Championship.
Introducing the challenger from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory.
I mean, he definitely seems confident, which is a good thing still.
And his opponent from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, he is the WWE United States Champion, Ilja Dragunov.
The fans are all in support for Ilja Dragunov, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe Ilja Dragunov can walk out with that United States Championship, or unfortunately, are we going to have Austin Theory walk out with that United States Championship? Theory shaving off all that facial hair that he had. Honestly, if I was him, I would have just kept it. But hey, when you lose a big-time matchup, maybe a little bit of change in the facial hair maybe makes you feel a little different in this ring. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Ilja Dragunov versus Austin Theory. We'll see if Ilja Dragunov can just really get something going in this matchup. I mean, he's certainly on cloud nine. We'll see how this United States Championship reign will. It'd be one of those things where, you know, it's a one day, it's one and done, or will it be, you know, something to where it's going to be a long reign for Ilja Dragunov? We are definitely going to have to wait and see how this is going to be. Certainly his Theory trying to slow down this matchup a little bit more. You could definitely say the Backlash matchup was quick and concise, and certainly Theory was not expecting what he saw from Ilja Dragunov, but certainly, well, he got a full taste of it last night, and we'll see with the aggression that Austin Theory comes out with, will it be enough to regain his championship? There's now Dragunov tossing Theory through the middle rope. What is the Russian thinking about doing? Taking too much time here. Hopefully that won't come back to bite him. Suicide dive through the middle rope. And that will give Ilja Dragunov some momentum right now. Can he capitalize right now? And his big boots continuing to just dissect Austin Theory. Might as well go for the head after last night, ladies and gentlemen. Why not? He took it to Austin Theory in the terms of those flying headbutts, and it busted him open, and we certainly got to believe Theory's not going to be 100%. Referee has now at a 5 here. But looks like Ilja Dragunov, he wants to do everything that he can out here. Use that, up that 10 count if he has to. Uh-oh. Ilja Dragunov, sit-out powerbomb, that running sit-out powerbomb, absolutely vicious here. Uh-oh. Are we going to see a count-out? Theory able to get back in the ring just in time. Saves the day. As Theory, though, jawbreaker, stunning Ilja Dragunov, but both men in a stalemate in this moment. And look at these strikes from Ilja Dragunov. Holy cow. Dragunov bringing the fight here. Man, look at these. The strike's just absolutely brutal. Oh, going for that senton. Didn't work out in his favor. Oh, and now Theory's time to get a little aggressive here. That's what you like in these type of matchups, ladies and gentlemen. Very brutal, very physical. And uh-oh, Bronson Reed bringing in that steel chair, ladies and gentlemen. As, oh, come on, Theory. Very uncalled for from Austin Theory. Theory seemed like he was going to run off and maybe try and do something, but he realizes he needs to stay on Ilja Dragunov at this exact moment. Doesn't like that corner. He's going to toss him in the other one. Big clothesline. Theory now. I'll roll through. Neck breaker. Takes down Dragunov. But Austin Theory staying on his opponent here, which rightfully so he needs to. Oh, look at Dragunov. Not going to back down right now. Matchup is starting to get to where both men are going to start hitting their final maneuvers, and that's what we're talking about right there. That flying headbutt out of nowhere. 2, 3. Ilja Dragunov has taken out Austin Theory, ladies and gentlemen. Ilja Dragunov right here. Look at this neck breaker. I think Theory should have went for the pinfall there, but he wanted to do more, and that headbutt out of nowhere solidifies that Ilja Dragunov will be more than a one-day champion. And Austin Theory goes down. Ilja Dragunov steps up to the plate these last couple days, and it looks like it's going to stay the same. Ilja Dragunov, Bronson Reed unification match at Halloween Havoc. Ladies and gentlemen, we are backstage right now. Looks like there is a backstage brawl right now between Big E, Braun Breaker, and it looks like Alpha Academy, the Raw Tag Team Champions. It looks like there's some kind of brawl. I don't know who initiated it, but certainly you got to think D-Generation X is the one that has done that. Alpha Academy trying to survive back here. D-Generation X being attacking Alpha Academy here. And Otis has that shovel. Let's look at this full Nelson. Oh, front slam takes down Big E here, but an absolute brutal attack here, and it looks like Gable and Otis are doing everything in their favor to beat down Big E and Braun Breaker right now. Looks like we're going to see some Three Amigos here in the concrete here. This is getting very physical, very fast. There's a big kip up there from Gable. And Braun Breaker looking to bring the fight to Otis, but oh no, a shovel shot right there. Braun now, look at this military press power slam there to Chad Gable, and right there. Oh my goodness, that maneuver. Oh no, now Braun Breaker now, Breaker, the military power slam there. Big E and Braun Breaker are laying waste to Alpha Academy, so it looks like our next matchup between Alpha Academy and the LWO will be not happening tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but we have to get back to more in-ring action right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and it continues with some more in-ring action. And now this matchup is for an opportunity to challenge Bayley for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who is going to be next in line, as there is the return of Nia Ajax. Nia Ajax certainly ready to bring a whole different, I guess you could say, not persona, because I mean she's always going to be that badass that she believes that she is. That carnage, that wreckage that Nia Ajax brings to the table, we are going to see more of it here on Monday Night Raw, and she very well could be next in line for that World Heavyweight Championship. But all she's going to have to go through is 7 other women to do it. Can she do it? Obviously, she does not give a crap one bit about me, you, or anyone at home. Obviously, she only cares about herself. And that's what you are going to run with a lot of superstars run into, where a lot of these superstars, they're only going to want to care about themselves, money, and championships. As now, here comes Selena Vega, part of the Latino World Order, with Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Cruz del Toro, and Hakeem Wilde. Zelina Vega got away from Carmella. Carmella did turn her back on Zelina Vega, and we didn't really see too much. We saw a match between them, but it didn't really lead too much to anything else. So with both of these women being in this matchup, there's definitely going to be some hostility there in this battle royal. But certainly, you got to believe Zelina Vega and certainly Carmella are going to want to get on their hands on each other. And imagine if it comes down to Zelina Vega and Carmella at the very last two of this matchup. These women will absolutely beat the living crap out of each other. Because tonight in this 8-woman battle royal, like we mentioned, the winner goes on to face Bayley for the Women's World Championship. So all 8 competitors in this matchup is Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Zelina Vega, Candice LeRae, Kairi Sane, Nia Ajax, and Natalya. So certainly with the newest additions of Nia Ajax and Kairi Sane being signed to the Monday Night Raw roster, we'll have to really see how this is going to be faring, as there is the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Haven't really seen too much of Charlotte as of late. I mean, a lot of it is the rivalry that we've really seen from Bayley and Bianca Belair. It's gone on these last couple months, and kind of essentially since the night after WrestleMania, the first Raw after Mania, where we saw Charlotte and Bayley in a rematch for the Raw Women's Championship at that time. Bianca would cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase and make it a triple threat match, and Bianca Belair would walk out world champion. And not only did Bianca face Charlotte, she did face Bayley at that time as well, defeating both women. So certainly, Bianca was running through both women that were on at least the top of the Monday Night Raw roster. A lot of times there's people that complain that, hey, Charlotte's getting too much time, Charlotte's being overused, being shoved down our throats and all that. And Charlotte has not been really used as of late. But certainly Charlotte being a part of this battle royal, it seems like certainly she's done taking a back seat to anyone. And I guess I'm not really even saying that she necessarily took a back seat. Maybe she was dealing with some other stuff that we just don't know of. But certainly this next matchup, ladies and gentlemen, is going to really see how Charlotte has been doing these, last couple months necessarily. She's certainly one of the best, if not the best, woman in this matchup. But with her being in this matchup, it doesn't necessarily mean that her overall talent is going to win this matchup, because you can get lucky in this matchup and get tossed over the top rope. So it's all about right place, right time. As here comes Alexa Bliss, part of the Wyatt family. We'll see if Alexa Bliss can carry on what Bray Wyatt brought to the Wyatt family here. Certainly the Viking Raiders and the Brothers of Destruction are trying to do the best that they can as well, and certainly with the Brothers of Destruction knocking off the Usos at Backlash, we definitely saw what can happen when everyone's fighting on the same side, and certainly everything's coming together. And imagine how this is going to be if Alexa Bliss is able to walk out with this opportunity and go on to Halloween Havoc, and how fitting would it be with just how the Wyatt family is, the dark, the eeriness, and especially how Alexa Bliss is with this little doll as well. How creepy that would be going into Halloween Havoc if Alexa Bliss is able to walk out with that championship opportunity. As now here comes Candice LeRae, ladies and gentlemen, former women's tag team champion with Dakota Kai, before Dakota Kai would eventually go to Damage Control. But this is a big time moment for Candice LeRae. Give her an opportunity to branch out momentarily and get herself a big time opportunity to really kind of see where she's at with 7 of the best women that we have here on the roster. Certainly we have plenty more talented women. When I say that, no disrespect to everyone else that is not getting an opportunity tonight, but certainly these women are top of the top on this roster. And like I mentioned, Nia Jax and Kairi Sane being tossed back into the fray. I mean, they're there's only so much that this roster is. You gotta fight and claw, and with 2 additions to the Raw roster, you gotta believe, hey, you know what? I gotta train harder. I gotta step up. I gotta do anything that will help me pop out. As there is Carmella, calls herself the most beautiful woman in the world today, and well, I mean, she has every right to say that. Certainly very charming, very beautiful woman as she is. But we'll see if her looks can get the job done tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As for Carmella, her accolades, she's a former SmackDown Women's Champion, and certainly being here on Monday Night Raw, she would love to get back to her championship days. There in the early days of SmackDown. She even knocked off Charlotte Flair to become that women's champion, and Carmella would have actually an impressive reign as SmackDown Women's Champion. So certainly, you know, anything can change. It could be Carmella's moment, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how she fares. As we itch closer and closer to this matchup to getting started here, we're just waiting for a couple more superstars to make their way down the ring, and it looks like next is Natalya, former women's champion as well here. I believe is on SmackDown, the early days of SmackDown. So, and also former multi-time women's tag team champion with Tamina. And it seems like Natalya and Tamina have really kind of gone away from tag teaming. Seems like Natalya more focused on singles action. We don't really see Tamina around too much. Doesn't mean she has retired or anything. It's just, I guess, just about opportunities. And especially when you accomplished most of what you can, certainly there's only so much you can do. I mean, you can continue to challenge for the tag team championships all you want, but certainly when you've done that so much, you want to kind of necessarily branch out and go after another championship. And well, with the women's division, you get the women's tag team championships and then the main championship on each roster. So, you know, certainly Natalya would love to get that women's world championship around her waist. As we wait for the next woman to make herself known, it is the return of Kairi Sane here in the series. Welcome back to Kairi Sane. She was there in NXT for a while. Certainly, we didn't get to see too much of Kairi Sane. We've seen plenty of matches, you should say, but you know, didn't really have too much time to really get a groove going, some momentum. And maybe this time around, Kairi Sane might be able to flip the switch, and especially tonight in this Battle Royal, imagine if she's able to win and knock off 7 other women to get herself a Women's World Championship matchup live there at Halloween Havoc. A massive opportunity for Kairi Sane tonight. And I guess you could also say or it is a big event for all these women, but certainly when you're returning back to a roster after being gone for a bit of time, there's going to be adjustment, new management, new everything right now going on in WWE, with Triple H taking over as the chairman of the board here in the series. You got Shawn Michaels, the Raw general manager, NXT, Bret Hart. You got JBL on SmackDown. So certainly not the same look that we've kind of seen over the years. Definitely a change. But it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to start this Women's Battle Royal. The last woman to survive this matchup goes on to face Bayley. Who do you guys think is going to go on? Will it be Nia? Will it be Kairi Sane, the 2 women that are newly joining back here to WWE? Or will it be someone we've really seen establish, the likes of Charlotte, Carmella? Or will we hit, or I guess you could even say Alexa Bliss as well. But then you get the likes of Candice LeRae, that she has a lot to prove. Like I mentioned, former tag team champion. Certainly she's going to want to, you know, have a championship reign, almost like her husband, like Johnny Gargano did. As Kairi Sane is the first one eliminated, unfortunately, as Selena Vega eliminates Kairi Sane barely into the matchup. Very unfortunate for Kairi Sane, but we are very happy to see her back here in WWE, and I cannot wait to see what is exactly planned for Kairi Sane in the near future. As we are now down to 7. Charlotte, Nia, Natalya, Alexa, Candice, Carmella, and Natalya. As Natalya is on the ropes here, this could be a perfect elimination possibly if they really wanted to. Oh, nice drop kick there from Zelina Vega. As we continue to go through this, ladies and gentlemen, we have plenty more to come, especially next. Live here on Monday Night Raw, it is two studs going at it as you have the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. He is in action as Charlotte was trying to eliminate Natalya there. But Drew McIntyre, Scottish Warrior, takes on the phenomenal AJ Styles here tonight, in which could be a very, very big matchup, especially for Drew McIntyre. He needs a win, and certainly with AJ Styles, he's knocked off Kurt Angle these last couple of pay-per-views. We kind of figure out what is going to be next for AJ Styles, ladies and gentlemen. As now Natalya thrown over the top rope by Charlotte, and now we are going down to the last couple here. The last six. Alexa, Charlotte, Carmella, Nia, Zelina Vega, and Candice LeRae. Big time opportunity for some of these women to step up to the plate. Make sure this is their moment. And certainly Halloween Havoc, it's coming up in just 4 weeks' time. And then after Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit of time to build up to the Survivor Series pay-per-view, a co-branded pay-per-view of Raw and SmackDown. And a lot of times it's, going to be a lot of, Raw versus SmackDown. But ladies and gentlemen, this year it's the addition of Survivor Series War Games. We'll know a little bit more about that, but it's an insane structure. 2 rings put together, and a lot of times there's either 3 or 4 members of each team going at it. They get locked inside of a cage after they come out of a little cage, and they fight until last member of each squad is out of their small cage and are into the big 2-sided, or I should say the 2 rings put together. And then eventually you can go for the pinfall or submission. As Zelina Vega. And Zelina Vega's in trouble, but she stays in it as Nia Ajax with an impressive power slam. And then, if I'm these women, I'd go after Nia Ajax. The strongest woman in this matchup certainly would be opportunity. But look at that! Zelina Vega, the MVP of this matchup with a couple eliminations. And look at Candice eliminating Carmella. And now we are down to 4, ladies and gentlemen. And Zelina Vega won't even have to worry about Carmella, as now we got Candice LeRae, Charlotte, Zelina Vega, and Alexa Bliss. We have 2 former women's champions and 2 former women's tag team champions right now in the rest of this matchup here. We'll see if Candice can pull off an upset of the century. Certainly would love for her to pull off, especially when you're in a match with the likes of Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. As, big chops there from Zelina Vega. Big jumping kick as well. Candice LeRae ate that right on the jaw. And Charlotte taking the control like a veteran would in this matchup. Slowly, calmly, cool, calm, and collected is Charlotte Flair at this exact moment. And Charlotte could be just moments away from eliminating Zelina Vega, but Zelina Vega finally fighting out of that bad predicament. Also tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Goldberg. He is returning tonight, and like we mentioned, the rumors are swirling saying that he is looking to have a match live at Halloween Havoc, but the question is, who exactly would he want to target if the rumors are true? So many young talent. Maybe maybe he's going to want to have one last run in him. And Charlotte Flair, going to look to eliminate Zelina Vega. Vega already has 2 eliminations in this matchup. Charlotte was maybe going to try to take out this threat in this matchup. Alexa Bliss. Going to look for that blissful DDT. Down goes Candice LeRae. And Queen Zelina Vega still staying in this matchup momentarily. And now Alexa Bliss not done. Going to spike Candice LeRae on her head again. Absolutely brutal. And if I'm Alexa Bliss, try to eliminate Candice LeRae. I mean, certainly she went underneath the bottom rope, so I don't know, really, you can't do anything. And there you go, another elimination. Down to 3. Bliss, Charlotte, and Candice LeRae. Alexa Bliss has all the momentum right now, but the question is, who should she go for? And it seems like we'll know that answer right now. She takes out Candice LeRae with that beautiful drop kick. They'd be very careful here, especially with Charlotte Flair right there. Uh-oh. Charlotte going to look to eliminate Alexa Bliss here, possibly. Uh-oh. Charlotte eliminates Alexa Bliss over the top rope. And now you got Candice and Charlotte Flair, who is going to Halloween Havoc to challenge Bayley for the Women's World Championship. Can Candice LeRae do it? Can she dig down deep and pull off an upset? Or will the Queen Charlotte Flair once again have a championship opportunity, this time against Bayley, a whole different Bayley that she has faced since WrestleMania? Candice LeRae trying to figure out what she wants to do to really take it to Charlotte. Uh-oh. Thought maybe for a second she was going to go for a sharpshooter, but certainly a surfboard type of maneuver, spiking her head right on the mat. This is what Candice LeRae needs to do. Try and take out Charlotte Flair enough to where she can easily eliminate the Queen. Candice LeRae. Uh-oh. Can she do it? Hurricane run over the top rope. Yes, it is. And Candice LeRae, Miss Wrestling, is going to Halloween Havoc. The Poison Pixie herself, Miss Wrestling, is going to Halloween Havoc to face off with Bayley. What a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Candice LeRae, Miss Wrestling, gets it done, and we will see her get a championship opportunity live at Halloween Havoc. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and now we are going to have the attention of Seth frickin' Rollins making his way down to the ring. He is not in action tonight, but it seems like he is going to address the WWE Universe. What is next for Seth Rollins after falling a bit short at Backlash, losing last night to the Ring General, Gunther? Certainly Seth Rollins was hoping, he was just believing it deep down, that he should be the man that should be next in line for Roman Reigns' World Heavyweight Championship, but ultimately Gunther was just too much. And we saw Gunther powerbomb his way to victory. It was a hellacious match, very physical, very brutal, but ultimately, like I mentioned, Gunther walks out victorious. Question is, though, ladies and gentlemen, what will Seth Rollins have to say? What will he have to be addressing about Gunther? Certainly, you got to believe they have moved on. Certainly, since Gunther is challenging Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship at Halloween Havoc. What is next for this man, Seth frickin' Rollins? It looks like we are about to find out next. What's going on, Portland, Oregon? Now, I wish I would be coming out here and saying that I'm next in line for Roman's World Heavyweight Championship, but tonight certainly is a bitter reaction to what I faced last night. Gunther, you were the better man, no doubt about it. I'm not going to come out here and give any excuses. Gunther was the better man, and now I need to work even harder to get where I want to be, and that is world champion. I'm one of the best in the world today and in all of professional wrestling, and I believe I have everything it takes to be your world champion and lead this brand to bigger and better heights than anyone else. Oh, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we got the man that calls himself the best in the world, CM Punk. He is live here on Monday Night Raw, and he's scheduled to be in the main event against Roman Reigns later on tonight. But certainly, Punk coming out here, and certainly he must have heard Seth Rollins say something about best in the world to really trigger him. But certainly we know about the jabs between Rollins and CM Punk on Twitter over the years. And we all know, obviously, about the past with CM Punk fired, and then eventually over the past year coming back, coming to NXT, dominating that roster over there. But now CM Punk is here tonight, interrupting Seth Rollins here live on Monday Night Raw, and a sold-out capacity crowd here live here in Portland, Oregon. What does the so-called best in the world CM Punk have to be doing out here to basically come out here to interrupt CM Punk, or for Punk to interrupt Rollins here? And it looks like we're about to find out. Best in the world, you say, Rollins? I think you must be mistaking yourself as me. I have heard all that trash talk from you, Seth Rollins, throughout the years when I wasn't even here in the company anymore. But now that I'm back, you've been pretty quiet. And since I'm done with Wade Barrett, my schedule is wide open. And why not? I don't see why not we don't fight right here, right now. Whoa, Punk. I have not been paying attention to you down in NXT. I've had plenty of other crap to be dealing with on the main roster, and then having to worry about your crap going on. And I think maybe Wade Barrett may have broken a couple cobwebs loose out of your thick skull to really get you to come out here and challenge me to a match. You must have been really desperate to come back to WWE, sign back to NXT, dominate the landscape there of NXT, and then sign here to Monday Night Raw. Especially with what Wade Barrett did to you at Backlash. I don't know how many more matches you have left in you, Punk, but you know what? If you want to have a matchup, how about at Halloween Havoc in just 4 weeks' time? You want me to wait 4 weeks for a matchup with Seth frickin' Rollins? I didn't want to wait 8 weeks for Kenny Omega in a rematch for the NXT Championship. I had it that night. But you know what? This matchup is better and bigger than any CM Punk Kenny Omega matchup. So you know what, Rollins? I accept. You versus me live at Halloween Havoc. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. CM Punk, Seth Rollins here. And no, Rollins getting hit with that jumping knee. And now CM Punk taking it to Seth Rollins. And now another jumping knee strike. Absolutely brutal. CM Punk, he's scheduled for a main event matchup. And now he's going to take out Seth frickin' Rollins with a brutal GTS. Go to sleep to Seth frickin' Rollins. And it seems like the matchup that a lot of people say is a dream match. And we're going to see it once and for all live there at Halloween Havoc. Man, absolutely crazy news, ladies and gentlemen. Halloween Havoc. It is going to be the best in the world. CM Punk taking on the visionary, the architect, Seth frickin' Rollins at Halloween Havoc for the very first time ever here in series history. Put the past behind them. This is a whole different era, different CM Punk, different Seth Rollins, and we're going to see live there at Halloween Havoc how that's going to fare. Can CM Punk get back in the winner's column not only tonight, but also live there at Halloween Havoc? But now we changed the trajectory to a star-studded matchup next. Drew McIntyre, who has done it all, takes on another man that has done it all here in the series. Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, free live in your living room here on Monday Night Raw. This is definitely going to be a hard-hitting matchup. We'll see if AJ Styles can continue his winning streak, especially beating Kurt Angle 2 times in a row there at SummerSlam and then last night at Backlash. It was a hard-hitting matchup, but AJ Styles continuing to impress, and we'll have to really see what's next for AJ Styles. Certainly, it's going to be vamping up for every single superstar, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly, they want to be used Halloween Havoc, but we have another major pay-per-view in the horizon known as Survivor Series. And it comes up very, very soon, and that gets us closer to the Royal Rumble season as well. So So a lot of these superstars are going to be jockeying for positions, not only championships, but to have a match on the card. You want to have the best of the best going at it, and you also want to have superstars step up to the plate. Young or those veterans, it does not matter. Someone needs to step up to the plate, take Monday Night Raw by the balls, and make it their show. And we'll see who exactly that will be. We saw earlier on tonight Alpha Academy being attacked backstage by D-Generation X's own Braun Breaker and Big E. Does that mean that D-Generation X is going to be coming after those tag team championships, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be very interesting to really see where this goes. I mean, for Braun Breaker and Big E, those guys are not tag team wrestlers. But, I mean, certainly if they would work quite well as a tag team, I suppose, if that's what D-Generation X is game planning. But it looks like we are about ready to start this match. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Who is going to walk out with a much-needed win? McIntyre needing it the most after having a little bit of a losing streak to all three members of D-Generation X. Ooh, a big-time drop kick to the back of the neck of AJ Styles. And like we mentioned, both accolades for both men. You could go on for days. Both men former Mr. Money in the Banks. Drew McIntyre, former WWE Champion. AJ Styles, former WWE Champion as well. We've seen Drew McIntyre, a former $1 Million Champion. AJ Styles, a former United States Champion. And I mean, there's just so much that both guys have accomplished here, and especially for Drew McIntyre, the first ever King of the Ring winner, and that really helped him grow. Also, Drew McIntyre accomplished plenty of stuff there in NXT, former NXT champion as well. So both men have accomplished so much here in the series, not only with McIntyre teaming up with the likes of Dolph Ziggler in his career, AJ having the likes of the OC Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. So certainly both men have had one hell of a career, and it's only going to continue, and we'll see how it fares tonight, what direction both men will be going into after this big-time matchup is, oh no, going after that left knee. Styles now believes it could be over. Let's see if he can steal victory. No. And Styles, he could very well, after attacking that knee, focus on it more, maybe hit that calf killer right on that leg that he's going after, and McIntyre may have no choice but to tap out. As McIntyre with an impressive suplex there, taking down AJ Styles. And now McIntyre, big old plancha for the big man. Drew McIntyre takes down AJ Styles. And this is what you want, ladies and gentlemen, a hard physical matchup between both men. A lot to improve on for both men. Obviously, McIntyre needs to work on a little bit more finishing the matchup. He was very close to finishing Ziggler last night, but ultimately Ziggler would walk out victorious as McIntyre just stomping away on the chest there of AJ Styles. Both men need to start getting back in the ring here. We don't want to have ourselves a count-out victory or even a double count-out. Styles still feeling his sternum here as, his face is going to be hurting a little bit more than that sternum. McIntyre has him up. Claymore country. Claymore to the face of AJ Styles. Is that it? 2. No, Styles kicks out at the very last second. He cannot believe it. McIntyre trying to figure out what he wants to do, what he needs to do to put away AJ Styles. McIntyre has looked pretty good so far, but he needs to put down McIntyre. Styles getting, very comfortable in this matchup right now. Jumping forearm. Here we go. Here comes the phenomenal AJ Styles. Bayley kick. He got sure as heck all of that one. Might be able to steal a victory here. Will this be enough? No, McIntyre kicks out at the very last second. And look at Styles. He cannot believe it. He thought that Pele kick was going to be enough. A nice flatliner taking down Mr. Drew McIntyre. Look at McIntyre doing the right thing. He senses Styles maybe going for that phenomenal forearm. McIntyre saw it coming, or at least felt it. And he's like, nope, I need to roll out. This is the opportunity for me. And right now that saves McIntyre some momentum to get at least some, not only just to get the matchup in his favor, but slows down the momentum that AJ Styles even had at that particular time. Lets McIntyre recuperate and really just get himself back in the matchup. As what a sit out power bomb to the outside. I mean, yes, it's padding, but it's not going to be much cushion, certainly. And now, oh, look at McIntyre, high risk here, certainly trying to inflict as much pain as possible. As Drew, we saw this a couple minutes ago. If he hits this again, you gotta believe this matchup is over. McIntyre, no, he misses. McIntyre misses. Now this is time for Styles. Can he capitalize? Oh, can he get the suplex? No, he turns it into a neck breaker. Very, very physical. As now, look at this. Look at this phenomenal forearm out of nowhere. McIntyre tried catching him, but it was not it. And McIntyre grabs the bottom rope, and the rope is saving him at this exact moment. What a matchup between these two superstars. Two top-tier talent here on Monday Night Raw. Styles gonna go for the Styles Clash, pardon me. Pinfall, is this it? 2, 3, yes it is. What a match. AJ Styles survives Drew McIntyre tonight. What a battle. What a war between the Scottish Warrior and the Phenomenal One. Styles continues to pick up big win after big win. What is next for the Phenomenal One, ladies and gentlemen? So much. Does he set his eyes on the World Championship, the United States Championship? Who is next for Styles? Wait a minute. That's Logan Paul. That's Logan Paul. One lucky punch there to Styles, but Styles, he's feeling the adrenaline flowing through him, and he's now feeling the beating of a lifetime from Logan Paul. I mean, Logan Paul, he said he was going to grind his way to the top with The Miz, but Miz, he got moved over to Monday Night Raw. Logan Paul all by himself now. And it seems like he is not gonna do what he said and build himself all the way from the bottom. He is coming out here attacking the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles. And no, big time frog splash there to the Phenomenal One. Logan Paul laying out one of the most accomplished superstars in series history, and now he's looking to attack him with a steel chair. Just hit him right there in the face, and again right there to the arm. Logan Paul, this ain't the right way to do it, man. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely brutal, ladies and gentlemen. A man that we thought, I mean, yeah, he learned from the Miz. Certainly Miz probably told him some advice or whatever to do on his career, but Logan Paul right now with these devastating punches and now kicks to the temple of AJ Styles here. This is absolutely an atrocity for the social media megastar to come out here and do this. Logan Paul with a 5-star frog splash and now flipping off the crowd. This man does not care one bit about what he just did to Styles. As much as I don't like what Logan Paul just did to the phenomenal AJ Styles, that is one way to get attention on yourself. Having one of the biggest superstars on this brand beating the living crap out of him. And that is what Logan Paul just did. As we'll talk more throughout the episode about that horrific attack. But ladies and gentlemen, we are in the Grayson Waller effect tonight, as Grayson Waller will be accompanied down to the ring by the former United States Champion Austin Theory, who lost his rematch earlier on tonight to Ilja Dragunov. So as of right now, the unification matchup live there at Halloween Havoc between Bronson Reed and Ilja Dragunov will continue. It is going to be a big time match. Definitely very curious to see how that matchup goes. But this matchup right here, Wade Barrett, he seems like he's over and done with CM Punk. He got his retribution. He got that vengeance that's been building up in him ever since, just kind of, ever since being out of WWE and such, but now Wade Barrett beating CM Punk, he's over and done with. Now he has to get to the next objective in his career. Does that mean he comes after the World Heavyweight Championship? What is next for Wade Barrett? Anything is possible, man. Certainly knocking off a lot of these younger guys will certainly help him climb up the rankings as well. Until we hear from Wade Barrett about what exactly is next in line for him, you got to figure out how he fares tonight against this young and up-and-coming talent known as Grayson Waller. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Will Grayson Waller give Wade Barrett the Grayson Waller rub tonight? And can Grayson Waller pick up one of his biggest wins of his whole entire career, especially as a man like Wade Barrett, the former leader of Nexus? And look at Grayson Waller slowing down Wade Barrett. And Grayson Waller, obviously, he's going to be 100% unlike Wade Barrett. So it's going to be very curious to really see how Austin Theory figures himself out in this matchup. As now Waller, working on the knees, working on the arms. I think this is a brilliant strategy by Grayson Waller. Just working on every little part of the body, keeping Wade Barrett down on the mat right now. Perfect right now by Grayson Waller. This is what Waller needs. Don't even get Wade Barrett an opportunity to get up to his feet. This is great stuff right now from Waller. As he spikes Wade Barrett on his head. Barrett needs to get the hell out the ring. Oh, big elbow strike there. And now look at Wade Barrett again with those strikes. Bare knuckle brawler for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best to really do it. Multi-time champion in bare knuckle fighting. And right now Waller needs to figure out something right now. He was doing good to start off here, dissecting Wade Barrett, but right now that power game of Wade Barrett is going to come into control. Big time pump handle slam. Imagine, will this be enough to put away Grayson? No, not yet. Grayson Waller has a little bit left in the tank, but how much more is left in the tank for this young man? Waller now. Big time snap suplex there. Much needed change in momentum from the young man Grayson Waller. And imagine if Grayson Waller loses, and we already saw Austin Theory lose. Imagine how Mr. Bronson Reed is going to feel as, Grayson Waller through the bottom rope and a stunner. A Grayson Waller stunner. Is this it? No. Wade Barrett able to kick out at the very last second. There's not many times that, someone takes that stunner and it's going to be a 3 count. And this time it was very close to a 3 count, but it was not enough. He needs to do a little bit more damage here. Grayson now. Gonna go maybe one more time here. Snapmare takedown. Grayson. If he hits this, is bound to be over, right? Waller with a stunner. Grayson Waller again deciding not to go for the pinfall there. Had Wade Barrett. That was his 3rd stunner there that he did to Wade Barrett. But again, continuing to fight on here. Grayson Waller deciding not to go for the pinfall. Both men just bleeding quite a bit here. Didn't really see too much as Wade Barrett with those clotheslines. Is that enough to put down Grayson? Yes, it is. Both of these men just put on a grueling match between both superstars. And Wade Barrett walks out victorious here tonight. Look at that, a little bit of that swinging slam earlier in the matchup. But Wade Barrett with that is a brutal clothesline, incapacitating Grayson Waller. Barrett gets the job done tonight, sustaining a lot of damage. But Wade Barrett gets the job done tonight. Big win for Wade. And now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the special appearance of Goldberg here tonight. And look at him, he's all intense. He's got his security guards. He is here. And he is here to address the WWE Universe. What exactly is Goldberg here to say? Like we said, the rumors of Goldberg wanting a match for Halloween Havoc, there's certainly rumors of that. But the question is, will we see that? Will Goldberg have another match here in WWE? We've seen Goldberg have some matches here in the series with the biggest and the best superstars. Anything from Batista to Brock Lesnar to Triple H. We've seen him have some big time matches here on Monday Night Raw. But we'll see what Goldberg has in store for us tonight live on Monday Night Raw. We're about to see one of the biggest, one of the best legends as... Wait a minute! Ziggler! What the hell is Ziggler doing here? Goldberg, Ziggler face to face here. Goldberg not really too sure now, but look at now. Ziggler bringing the fight to the legendary Goldberg. This is not what I was expecting. Ziggler not even in action tonight, but he's in a wrestling attire. Seems like he's always ready for a fight. And now he's going to try to bring the fight to Goldberg, but Goldberg going to take it to Dolph Ziggler here. Oh, he misses the drop kick. Can Ziggler... Yes, he does. Gets himself back into this massive brawl between both superstars. Absolutely heinous assault from the show-off and the leader of D-Generation X. Certainly. Oh my goodness, super kick out of nowhere. And of course, the show-off has to make a little exaggeration with that super kick, ladies and gentlemen. This is just not something I was expecting. It's great to have Goldberg here tonight, but what we're witnessing right now is just uncalled for. Ziggler recently picking up a big win over Drew McIntyre on Backlash, and certainly has his sights on this legendary Goldberg here. Over and over again there. And now, Ziggler tuning up the band, looking to put Goldberg down once more with a super kick, and he sure as hell got all of that right there in the middle of the ring. Dolph Ziggler laying out WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg here tonight. Man, this night has been very, very hectic, ladies and gentlemen. It's only going to get worse in the terms of everyone just going after each other and wanting the top spots here on Monday Night Raw, looking to make a name for himself. And talking about a man making a name for himself, that is your Ring General, Gunther. And Gunther will be challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship live there at Halloween Havoc, just 4 weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen, when he challenges Roman Reigns for that World Heavyweight Championship. We've seen both men talk some trash to each other earlier on tonight to open up Monday Night Raw, and we'll see how Gunther fares against the Enforcer, Solo Sikoa, here in just mere moments. And also tonight, we're going to see CM Punk, Roman Reigns in your main event as well. And this night just continues to get much, not just physical, but mind games. We're seeing superstars like Logan Paul. He's trying to make a name for himself after his protege. He went to SmackDown. Miz was basically his coach. They had a little thing going for a couple months there, and really didn't lead to too much, honestly. And, well, Logan Paul is looking to make a name for himself briefly here. We'll see how it fares after attacking AJ Styles earlier on tonight. But there is Solo Sikoa, the Enforcer, and you can see Rock accompanying Solo Sikoa to the ring, and you can definitely tell it means business, especially with The Rock being out here tonight, coming out here with the Enforcer. The future of the Bloodline is in the hands of Solo Sikoa. Yes, Solo Sikoa did lose last night in that World Heavyweight Championship matchup against Roman Reigns, but certainly, when you think about it at the end of the day, yes, he did lose to his cousin Roman, but it doesn't mean he's in a bad spot. Solo is still a man to be feared, a man that certainly is a man that is going to have to be dealt with on this Monday Night Raw roster. And if not, slowly but surely, the bloodline very well could take over Monday Night Raw even more if the situation is not taken care of. But here we go, Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. Referee rings the bell. This matchup is bound to be the most physical matchup of the whole night. And we've had matches tonight where we've had superstars busted open from head to toe, bleeding like stuffed pigs, but this matchup certainly is going to leave these superstars bruised, bloodied, battered. And Solo Sikoa may even make Gunther make it to where he won't even get to that World Heavyweight Championship matchup in 4 weeks. Is now Solo Sikoa looking to fly. Big time flying headbutt, but he misses. He took way too long. And now the ring general looks to change up the momentum here early. And here we go, cross-face maneuver here to Solo Sikoa. It might be a little bit too early to put away Solo, but you never know, as Solo's able to get out of it. It will definitely wear him down, but it certainly takes some more time to put away a man like Solo Sikoa. Gunther for sure, going to be trying to send a message through Solo Sikoa to the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns to really show him what he's going to be dealing with in just 4 weeks' time, like we mentioned at Halloween Havoc. The pay-per-view was supposed to be happening at Salem, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen, but it seems like we are going to have to make a slight detour. Will we still be in Massachusetts? It'll be in Boston, Massachusetts now, as it seems like Salem is having some issues with their stadium or whatnot. But right now we're moving it to Boston, as now hook of the leg, pinfall after that big Samoan drop, but Gunther able to kick out. And now Solo. Do or die right now, Solo Sikoa. Oh, he misses the axe handle badly. Gunther saw that very, very quickly and decided to move out the way. That could have been very bad for Gunther, but he's able to connect with that DDT. I think Solo was looking maybe to do some snake eyes off those steel steps there, and that could have been very, very brutal. Wait a minute. Solo Sikoa spiking Gunther. Gunther gets Samoan spiked. Is this it? But Gunther grabs the bottom rope and keeps Gunther in the matchup for the time being, though. And now Solo saying it's time to end the matchup. He is looking to break Gunther here. And certainly you gotta believe that probably would have been a 3 count possibly if Gunther didn't grab the bottom rope, but the bottom rope saving the day. Gunther out of nowhere. Gunther with the power bomb. Is that enough to put away Solo? 2. No, Solo kicks out. And there's not a lot of superstars on the roster today that are able to kick out of the very powerful power bomb that Gunther has in his arsenal. And now Gunther looking to put Solo Sikoa to sleep here, almost like a Kokita clutch here. Learning it from the likes of Samoa Joe. Will he make Solo Sikoa tap out here? Middle of the ring, Solo digging down deep and hits him with that reverse headbutt. And The Rock is absolutely fired up about that. And now Solo, oh my goodness, what a headbutt to Gunther. Now Gunther is busted open. Gunther is in trouble as the ring general eats a Samoan drop. And he's not done yet. He is not done yet. It's time to eat the spike. Spike from Solo Sikoa. Pinfall. 1, 2. No, Gunther kicks out. Gunther kicks out. Holy cow. The Samoan drops, the spikes has not been enough, and now Gunther being distracted by the People's Champion, The Rock. Both men face to face. Look at the anger, the intensity of both men right there. Is Gunther going to get screwed out of this matchup here? It's a brutal power slam there. Now Solo just beating the living crap out of Gunther. Gunther trying to do his best to roll out the ring, but Solo, he knows he's dominating this matchup. He's coming right after Gunther right now. Oh, going for that big chop. Solo saw it coming, and certainly the Bloodline are definitely having Solo Sikoa watch more and more tape, especially if he wants to be the big man on campus here on Monday Night Raw. As a big-time elbow, but again, missing out on the opportunity. But look at Solo. He's trying to power up Gunther. Not in that situation. And now, oh my goodness, folding Solo in half right now. And this is what Gunther needs to do if he wants to get back in this matchup. And now Solo is busted open. And now The Rock getting involved for a second time here. Oh, Solo now. Solo with a bear hug. A bear hug. Pulling out everything in his repertoire. Will Gunther have to tap out? Imagine how that would be for the Ring General to admit submission, admit defeat right now. But Gunther fighting out of it possibly. Those big elbows. And then, the big arms clumping against Solo here. But Solo again, one step ahead. Every time Gunther believes he's able to get something going, Solo is just one step ahead. You can see that Solo, his chest, his middle of his ribs area, all red here, is now Solo with the Uso splash. Is this it? 1, 2, 3. Solo Sikoa with a win tonight over Gunther. What a match. These guys tore the house down, but Solo Sikoa with a win of a lifetime, knocking off the Ring General. That being Gunther. What a massive brawl, though. Both men bloodied, but ultimately Solo Sikoa is just too much for Gunther tonight. Man, what a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. That was a hellacious matchup between Gunther and Solo. Solo just showing you how damn good he is. Yes, he did lose a Roman last night, but showing you guys that he can still handle anyone else on this roster. A tough loss for Gunther, a very rare loss for Gunther as well. But now it is time for your main event of the evening, the first time ever matchup between CM Punk and Roman Reigns. How will this match go down, ladies and gentlemen? This is bound to be physical and certainly, like we mentioned, a matchup we've never seen here in the series. So Roman Reigns, he's going to have to go back and watch some old tape of CM Punk. But CM Punk has all the tape in the world on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has done it all, it seems. Former United States Champion, former WWE Champion, former Universal Champion, a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. So when it comes to Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we mentioned, he's been to the top of the mountain several times. And him and Gunther going at it, it is going to be a war of the ages at Halloween Havoc. And we saw earlier on tonight, Seth Rollins had a promo interrupted by CM Punk himself. Both men laying down the challenge. Seth Rollins said, hey, let's make that match official. Let's make it happen at Halloween Havoc. And CM Punk said, yeah, let's go ahead and have it. I'm not going to rush this bout like I did the Kenny Omega NXT Championship opportunity. He says it's going to draw a lot more money with a CM Punk Seth Rollins matchup than ever a CM Punk Kenny Omega matchup. So we'll see how that's going to build up in just 4 weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen. And I can confirm to you now, ladies and gentlemen, it will be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for the very first time ever there in series history there at Halloween Havoc. As well as the World Heavyweight Championship matchup is official. You got Gunther taking on Roman Reigns as well. Also, earlier on tonight, we saw the women's 8-woman battle royal, where it came down to Candice LeRae and Charlotte Flair, and Candice LeRae picking up a massive upset victory over Charlotte when it came down to those two. And it is official, Bayley will be defending her Women's World Championship against Candice LeRae at Halloween Havoc. And I can't wait to see, because, obviously Candice LeRae is Miss Wrestling for a reason. She knows the ins and outs, technical wrestling-wise, so certainly cannot wait to see how that comes down tonight. Well, not tonight, but at Halloween Havoc. And it seems like maybe D-Generation X is going to be coming after, well, we all know them. That is Alpha Academy. Is there something going on with Biggie and Braun Breaker of D-Generation X? Are they coming after those Raw Tag Team Championships? Also, earlier on tonight, we saw Logan Paul attack AJ Styles. And live, coming up next week on Raw, Logan Paul will explain his actions on why he attacked AJ Styles after AJ Styles had a brutal matchup with Drew McIntyre. AJ Styles walked out with a massive win. But we'll talk more and more about it, ladies and gentlemen, as we get through the coming weeks. But everything is starting to come into light, it seems, for a lot of those matches at Halloween Havoc. Especially when we've got Halloween Havoc coming up. You got Night of Champions in just 2 weeks for SmackDown. And then also you got Halloween, with Halloween Havoc weekend with Raw and NXT, but also you're going to have ECW One Night Stand represented by SmackDown there, and then Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble. So we're coming up on a lot of big pay-per-views for Raw and SmackDown, and then we're getting to the Promised Land. Survivor Series is always a big pay-per-view, and then right after Survivor Series, we're going straight to the Royal Rumble. We are coming out hot. We are coming out fast. It is going to be a lot of build from Survivor Series on. And now we get ready for our first time ever matchup. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Let's see how these two titans go at it tonight. Roman won last night. CM Punk lost last night. Let's see how the mindset of both men fare. Look at Roman telling CM Punk to get his ass up. CM Punk, like we mentioned, we talked about the accolades there in NXT. Longest reign in NXT history. And look at, Punk's already busted open. Roman coming out here beating the living crap out of CM Punk. Didn't take him long to bust open his opponent. And a Roman again just coming right after Punk. Right after that open cut on the face, on the temple. Punk may be in trouble, but like I mentioned, longest reign in NXT championship history there in NXT. But right now, Roman Reigns is taking it to CM Punk. This is bound to be an ass whooping of the century. And ladies and gentlemen, we haven't even talked about the CM Punk Paul Heyman situation too. Obviously, CM Punk was a Paul Heyman guy in the past, before Paul Heyman turned on him. So we haven't even talked about that at all. There's so much stuff that could possibly go on between these two in the future if they were ever to kind of go at it. Let's look at Punk's suicide dive. Takes down Roman Reigns. This is getting absolutely brutal. Like I mentioned, Roman Reigns busting CM Punk open within the first minute of the matchup. And then certainly, Roman Reigns just slowly there missing off that clothesline there on CM Punk there, which is a very rare misstep there from CM Punk, or should I say Roman Reigns, as now Punk with that running bulldog. This is what Punk needs right now, is a brutal knee strike to the temple. And wait, Punk's not going to let Roman rest at all. Big elbow. He got to the lower back / knee there, so that will definitely help out Punk's situation here. Now Punk looking to go to work here. Big slaps here from Punk. Even the kick trying to slow down Roman Reigns as much as he can. Big super kick working on the guts as well. I mean, certainly, if you're thinking about strategy, maybe Punk might be trying to loosen up the ribs in the midsection of Roman Reigns so he can set up the Anaconda Vice and try to make Roman Reigns tap out. Why not? Gonna try different strategies. Why not? As Reigns gets his head bounced right off that LED post, as we could be just moments away from a count out. But oh, looks like Punk, he wants some more of Roman Reigns. And I certainly don't blame CM Punk right now, especially with that big cut on his head. It's gonna be just pure adrenaline at this moment. As, oh, look at this, Punk with a running neck breaker there. No, there it is. Paul Heyman getting involved, ladies and gentlemen. Bound to happen. Oh, look at this under hook. Oh my goodness, what a suplex here. It's a different variation of a suplex there, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to see a trifecta of this maneuver? Yes, we do. Oh my goodness. That's a different variation of suplexes I've never really seen before from Roman Reigns. So Reigns is pulling out all the stops tonight. And it Reigns again attacking that cut that is just dripping down the face of CM Punk. Is that enough? No. Punk kicks out at 2.5. How much more can CM Punk take, though? Those are just vicious maneuvers. As now Reigns, Superman punch to Punk. Can Reigns hit this? Yes, he does! Superman punch in to the spear. Referee dealing, though, with the situation. Is this enough? Big kick out from CM Punk last second. Punk, he's got to figure out something right now. He is in trouble. Oh, wait a minute, Punk moving out the way for a possible, I believe, Superman punch there. And now Punk, this is his opportunity to get himself back in this matchup. Roman has dominated this match for the most part. And again, Paul Heyman getting involved. And Roman going to look to capitalize. Uh-oh. Time for Suplex City again. Certainly CM Punk knows all about that Suplex City. Especially back when in the, I believe it was 2013, 2014 with that program that he had with Brock Lesnar. And those suplexes are plenty deadly enough. And somehow, someway, Punk was able to still get up to his feet. And man, Roman, this is just Pound Town. The wrong type of Pound Town at this moment. It's time to acknowledge your tribal chief. This is feels like a pay-per-view type of matchup, but it's been mostly one-sided for the most part. I think Roman likes that right now. He's just physically dissecting CM Punk at this very moment. This has been absolutely brutal. As now, wait a minute, Roman Reigns, high risk, high reward. Everything else has worked out for him, and why not the elbow? Maybe kind of a mockery to what CM Punk does with his elbow. As CM Punk surviving again. And look, Roman Reigns talking to the referee saying, hey, you can count a little bit faster, why not? It should have been a 3 count, but... oh, big reversal from Punk. Is this his opportunity? CM Punk. Can he steal victory? No. Roman Reigns. Big elbows. That was probably the last-ditch effort for CM Punk there. Uh-oh, Roman. Gonna drop him right on that top rope. Oh, my goodness. And look at Roman. He's telling Punk to stay down. Both these men are not fan favorites whatsoever, but certainly... oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Springboard clothesline. Oh, but again, Paul Heyman screwing up the momentum that CM Punk ever has in this matchup. He has eaten a bunch, and look at that. Roman loosening up that lower back continuously, and why not? If I'm CM Punk, why not just grab Paul Heyman and do something to him? Get him out of the fray in this moment. Oh no. Right on the barricade. That is not going to be feeling too good either. The world champion is in trouble, even though, like I mentioned, he has dominated this matchup, but Punk in this situation outside here, it's only going to get more and more physical. Uh-oh. Roman Reigns. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Continuously attacking the lower back to where CM Punk may not even be able to physically walk after this matchup. And now Roman going to go for another elbow to the lower back. the middle of that back. There's no way CM Punk kicks out of this, right? No, he cannot. There's just too much damage done to the middle of that back, ladies and gentlemen. It was earlier on in the matchup, but eventually Roman Reigns would get that 3 count like we mentioned and picks up the win over CM Punk in your main event, ladies and gentlemen. Both men have massive matches at Halloween Havoc. Roman defends against Gunther, and CM Punk faces Seth frickin' Rollins at Halloween Havoc. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Raw, and we'll see you on NXT.